You got no tire. You got your driver's license with you?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is your unmatched pal Donny.
And the mind-blowing Alex. And you know, we're always ready to stand between Karens and your manager.
But in today's video, surprisingly, we wouldn't see any Karens at all.
Oh man. Oh god, oh man.
Don't hurry to turn the video off though. This story is packed with twists and turns, and the outcome could completely change your perception of today's heroines.
Just to spice things up, think about these questions while you watch.
Which one had more to drink?
I am not as buzzed as I could.
The one time in life I was actually like sober and
Not as drunk as I am.
How many times did they do DUI test before?
she has no DUIs, I got DUIs.
And who will end up behind bars?
Just leave me alone and have a nice life. Shut the door.
Here we have two lovely ladies who, due to circumstances, find themselves facing a tough choice.
Either they pass a sobriety test or they headed to jail.
For completely made up reasons, of course. Alright, ladies, introduce yourselves.
I'm fucked is my name.
Yeah, also known as Samara. All you gotta know about her can be said in a few lines.
I'm a lefty, so my right to left aren't as normal. I'm not kidding, I have no balance in general.
Next up, we've got Heather.
How do you know how?
I just ran your plate, so I'm guessing you're Heather.
She got into trouble even though she wasn't the one driving the car from the driver's seat.
Dude, she was completely driving. I never f***ing drove.
Moreover, she wasn't even in the car she was riding.
Okay, and then were you in a car?
No.
Then who was in a car?
No idea.
There's a car. Because there's a.
I honest to God have no idea.
So why did the cops decide to stop them at such a late hour on a deserted road?
They were just trying to tell Samara her car had a missing wheel.
I know my side is having issues. Trust me, I've just realized that recently.
You got no tire.
I'm tired.
The girl was shocked because the car belonged to her boyfriend's mom, who she thought was a nice lady.
That's kind of bizarre because this is my boyfriend's mom's car and she should never be doing it.
Wait, how do you not hear metal grinding on the road under your
I
car?
don't hear any uncomfortable, noticeable noises. Other than what I just told you, this one is like a little with the metal in between.
Well, there's...
Other than that, no.
Okay.
I wish I did, so I would have known better, but I didn't. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, officer. I had no idea that it was like that.
But then Samara figured out what had happened to the wheel and spilled the beans to the cops.
But that's not how it happened. No.
What happened?
Somehow the metal implant,
The what?
the implant
Okay.
went in. I didn't crash into anything.
As for Heather, she simply decided to meet with her best
We
friend.
got in an argument.
Okay.
She's been my best friend since like 8th grade. She's my best friend. I haven't seen her in 10 years.
And yeah, it is truly unfair, but the cops pulled over Heather even though she wasn't driving the car she was in.
Dude, she was completely driving. I never f***ing drove. I think that I'm really in trouble and this is bullshit because I wasn't driving.
I don't understand what's the big deal. You know, even in Antarctica, women have the right to drive, even though I don't always agree with that.
She wasn't even the one driving. Jamie, her friend, was the one driving, straight from her own house.
Jamie, my best friend,
With the
just came home. I haven't seen her in 10 years. I made her drive because she has no DUIs. I made her drive my truck.
Okay.
This is my truck.
Okay, is there anything else the cops need to know for their investigation?
She is my very best friend. You can actually ask her. We grew up together all day, every day. I'm an insurance agent. I'm not a fucking piece of fucking dog, right?
Hey, Alex, you see, unlike some people, Heather has an actual job instead of just sitting around in front of a camera. Unfair, right? Why does she have to deal with the cops and not you, for example?
Or you, I don't consider fishing as at work either. Bro, people pay thousands of dollars to sit with a fishing rod in the ocean.
Samara, what about you? Are you in the insurance business too?
Being I am jobless and without insurance, I am
And get this, not only Heather wasn't driving the car, she wasn't even in the car when she wasn't even driving it.
Okay, and then were you in a car?
No.
Then who was in a car?
No idea.
There's a car. Because there's a.
I honest to God have no idea. One time in life I was fucking not a drunk driver and I'm getting fucking popped.
Wait.
That is so unfair.
Jamie was the one driving when they left the bar,
I was driving.
but on the way home, Heather decided to goof around a bit.
Heather got out of line. I had enough.
No, I was trying to get her attention.
I mean, I started walking, and obviously she got in the f***ing driver's seat and drove.
So Heather was behind the wheel after all, right?
It's all a matter of perspective.
Okay, because you pulled into a driveway over
Yeah, yeah.
there? Okay, so were you driving on Peach there?
No, she was driving my truck, man.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
Hey, don't.
I understand, it might sound a bit strange, but the girl has solid reasons proving her point.
I 1,000,000% made her drive my
Here, can we,
truck.
can we,
1 million Donny. How about that? By the way, that's not it. After the next evidence, you will all agree that we should just let the girl go home.
I swear to God, man. No, let me tell you something. Oh, man.
hey, just quit walking from me. I don't like that.
So
Hey,
up.
okay, let's go.
I
let's
went
go to
out
the
of my
side-
way to be
Let's
responsible.
go to the sidewalk right here. Yep.
This is so up.
Hey.
If you ever have a f***ing heart, man, please,
Okay,
please,
just hold on
if you
then.
could
Get back in.
ever have a heart, man.
The thing is, girl, the cop has got a heart that actually beats. That's why instead of lying there without breath, he's out there doing an investigation.
No, stop, man, stop. Please, I
Hey,
promise
I'm
you.
not- Heather?
No, you are gonna do this. I think it's really
I just,
unfair,
it's,
man.
it's unsafe. Can I
This is so unfair to me.
Heather,
I
can I
already know
What do you know?
that you're gonna f***ing bust me.
So while the cop with a beating heart, along with Heather and her friend, tries to figure out their complicated friendship, the cops who stopped Samara for driving a three-wheeled car found out that her driver's license isn't in a perfect condition.
Is your driver's license good?
Yeah.
You're not wanted, no, you're not revoked.
Her driver's license was revoked a month ago. Plus, she had been drinking before getting behind the wheel.
I am a little intoxicated, yes. But do I... Woo!
As for Heather, she claims that she was totally sober for the first time in her life.
Imagine
The
a straight
one
line
time
out.
in life I was actually like sober and been like,
Are you willing to do field sobriety test with me?
yes.
Okay, so for this test, what I want you to do, feet together.
No, man.
Are you willing
Please.
to do? Hey,
Samara, what about you?
What can I do for you, sir?
After a brief pause, Heather...
Hold on, hold on.
all right, then put it in your pocket.
Wait a minute.
Heather agreed to take the test too.
Oh my
We're,
God,
we're
no.
dealing with this right now. Can you
Okay.
put the
And first of all, we will check who is better at watching at moving objects. Hands on the sides, eyes on the pen, and don't move your head. Heather nails the task easily.
It would be perfect if she don't sometimes get lost in her thoughts completely.
Can you with the test?
Yeah.
And as for Samara, I think she's looking at some different pen.
I'm sorry, it does not help that it is windy a little bit out. I hope you understand that. Like,
Wait a second. Are your eyes alright? Maybe she needs some lenses or glasses or something.
Do you have any problems with your eyes? Do you wear contacts or glasses at all?
technically, yes, I am supposed to.
Oh, you see, considering she took the test almost blindly, she did quite well.
Then let's move on to the next challenge.
Okay. Other than the ABC bullshit, no offense, if I'm on the real, nobody can do that. 'Cause I can't ABC my life out of it.
Officer, she can't ABC her life.
We're not going to take that. We're going to have the walking in a straight line test. And it starts with a little mind game.
So imagine a straight line out. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Foot, okay, a straight line. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
All right.
Doing pretty good so far. I remember one girl had trouble right at that stage.
Literally, it's sad. I have to use a ruler to make a straight line. And I still don't even make that straight line.
Meanwhile, Heather is jumping right into the action.
I'm gonna demonstrate what I want from you, alright, Heather? So you're left.
You're gonna go.
Well, hey, so just
Two.
stay,
No, I'll
stop.
do it.
In Soviet Russia, drunk drivers explain DUI tests to the police.
You know, she has quite a bit experience in this.
7, 8, 9. At that point, I need to turn around.
Alright, I didn't.
Samara also bravely stepped up and decided to give it a try.
She's really trying her best.
She got reasons that make walking in a straight, imaginary straight line tougher for her than for others. She's lefty.
I'm a lefty, so my right to left aren't as normal.
She was born without balance.
This is me on a normal day, so I'm not kidding. I have no balance in general.
And if that's not enough, someone got her a pair of really uncomfortable shoes.
I'm sorry. I don't know if it has anything to do with the type of boots I'm wearing either.
No matter what, Sam still manages to overcome all difficulties and obstacles.
Well, at least she's moving.
Not only that, she also takes more steps than she has to.
I did 10,
Okay, that's fine. Keep going.
2, 3.
On the way back she needs to take 9 steps, but somehow it feels longer than the 10 steps before, and she almost left the scene.
Step over here for me.
Either way, both of them are moving on to the next round. Now they need to stand on one leg.
No, stop, man. You're gonna ruin my life. No,
I want to turn my lights.
I am begging you from the bottom of my depths of my soul.
Well, that depends on how deep your soul is.
Please just let me go.
Heather, you're doing pretty well. Why the negative vibes?
Please, man. Right
the
hand of
deal?
Jesus Christ on my kid's life.
Alex, her spirits dropped after failing the test, while all our attention was on Samara. Heather twisted the line a bit.
I suck. Suck my like whatever.
Girl, if it is about the uncomfortable shoes, just speak up.
I'm sure I'm f***ed up. And I smoked pot tonight.
Oh, well then, I'm afraid that Samara has a significant advantage over you.
Wait, Samara also might not be completely sober.
Like, I am not as buzzed as I could. I'm not as drunk as I am.
Anyway, it's time to stand on one leg like a heron.
Or a karate kid.
So you're gonna take.
Samara, you gotta really work it to beat the godlike pose.
Can begin. Count out loud.
One, two. Hold on, I'm a lefty.
13, 14.
And Heather also started to have some balance issues.
She just forgot some Mr. Miyagi's lessons.
Well, keep in mind, she had a little bit of alcohol in the bar, probably by mistake.
Oh, speaking of that, how much are we talking about?
I don't know, like 7, 8 beers.
Whoa, what kind of bar is this where after 7-8 beers you can stand on one leg? You sure we are not talking about 7 glasses of tea?
Let's see what the PBT test says.
What's that mean?
Well, it is like a reversed sucking.
Keep going. She's sucking in. Yeah. Okay.
No, I said reversed sucking.
She just had a quick thought about her boyfriend.
Blow like it's a balloon, okay?
Is this my boyfriend?
Okay.
No,
There
it's
you
my
go.
f***ing boyfriend. Oh my god.
Can you blow into that?
But when done correctly, the test revealed a slight excess of the alcohol limit in the blood.
Do you know what the legal limit is in Wisconsin?
Point whatever.
0.08. Do you think you're above or below that?
But whoa, I only drink beer.
You're at a 195 for me, okay?
So that's normal, right? Correct? What did you say the point is? 0.8? Why the fuck?
0.08.
0.08?
Yeah, why?
0.19. You're almost at triple.
But I'm a small person. Do you guys not interact that and?
Well, then you should probably drink less, right? Not.
Yes, no, you're right. But like, do not put that in perspective.
We'll go ahead and guess how Heather's test turned out.
Can you please
So you're
go?
at a 0.2.
I know.
Yep, surprise, surprise, she is actually more sober than her.
And now it is time to dig into some info about our girls.
Because guess what? I used to be a crackhead, but I changed my life.
As for me, they both acted cool and didn't show any Karen's vibes,
Ew, I asked nicely!
though the cop almost teared up when she revealed how lame his life was.
You do not have anything to live for. I'm asking you, do you have a family?
Yes, I do.
How a child?
Nope.
No, you just have a bitch?
The cherry on the top was a disdainful spit on the back of his head.
So Samara ended up spending 3 months sobering up in jail.
Just leave me alone and have a nice life. Shut the door.
As for Heather, Well, Heather has to spend 3 years there. The thing is, this arrest was far from her first.
She had been arrested 5 times before this.
And last time, 8 months back, she smashed into another car and 2 innocent people got messed up.
They are all right now, don't worry.
Heather got out on $25,000 bail before hearing. And the most interesting part is she didn't show up for the hearing scheduled for March 3rd. Instead, on March 20th, she was caught drunk driving again.
So now she is looking at 3 years behind bars and then 5 years of being closely watched.
And all that because the cops didn't believe she wasn't driving her car on the driver's seat.
I wasn't. I'm not trying to be a fucking liar, man. Because that's one thing I've never been is a fucking liar.
Yep,
I've been a lot of things in life, but a liar ain't one.